Hello and welcome to Rule of Thirds, a conversation about art, design and culture with your hosts
Burns,
Mike
and Jude.
If this is your first time listening, welcome to the family. Be sure to follow us on our Instagram at Rule of Thirds Pod. Don't be shy to say hi.
A question about the arts and the craft. If you didn't know, then it's good that you asked. You tune into the culture. This the Rule of Thirds. If you want to, you could tune at work, yeah. And tell me, does that frame fit good? Does it feel right? You want a still photo for your website, but you want a logo we can design, right? Yeah.
episode 50.
Oh my God.
5-0.
We made it.
We're here.
I feel like, you know when they say businesses don't make it past their first year?
Yeah,
of
we
business?
have smashed that target, bro.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. How many years is it? 1 year.
I do.
Well, we're approaching 2 years, you know.
2 years.
That's nuts, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
We start when we start.
Fair.
We unofficially started in November, or like December times, no?
the one that never came out.
Yeah,
That was a while ago.
That was a while.
If we're going from there, it's been 2 years-ish.
yeah,
yeah.
basically.
Because it was around summertime 2 years ago. Well, wait, before the pandemic?
No,
Wait.
it was in the beginning of the
Right.
ish Wait, hold on.
No,
a
so it
minute.
was
Yeah.
2019.
I thought it was before pandemic.
Oh,
Yeah, 2019, yeah.
wow,
2019.
Wow.
Yeah, it's before pandemic. And the pandemic kind of gave it a little hit.
Mm.
So we had to revert, and then we went online for most of our episodes
Yeah.
in season 1.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so it's definitely been 2 years.
Wow. Okay.
It's definitely been 2
Yeah.
Let me check the first.
Yeah, I was about to get the post.
Yeah, we're inside. 2 years, you know. Happy birthday to
All right, vocals. Come on.
Oh, Jesus.
No.
you
Continue.
man.
Why are you
Obviously,
running?
you had made me nervous.
February 2021
2021.
was our first.
Mm.
Okay, so maybe it was 2020. So it wasn't actually
I
pandemic.
think it was 2020. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it was 2020. But yeah, 50. We're here.
Yeah, man.
We're live.
Yep.
We did it. We didn't
Yeah,
flop.
man. Yeah.
No one cancelled us yet.
God forbid.
Praise God.
So
Praise God.
yeah,
God.
That's a good one.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. How we feeling?
Feeling good.
Feeling great.
Great. Vibes on vibes, you know. Mm.
So yeah, that's the end of the episode.
Wow. Okay. In the words of Ira Star, you know, fi kill
My vibe. I hear that. But nah, 50. Nah, seriously, how are we feeling? Because 50 is.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Oh, what is what? It's regular for you, man.
Okay.
Because you're
Nah,
like,
it's
you're like,
not-
oh, yeah.
No, it's actually kind of mad that it's hit 50 though.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like
It doesn't feel like we've done 50
Yeah.
episodes.
How many
Do
does
you
it
know how
feel?
many episodes that is?
Well, it feels like more or less.
Feels like less.
less.
Really?
Yeah.
50 is
I
a
can't lie,
lot.
I feel like, I feel like
50 is
we've
a
done
lot.
more. I feel like we've done way more than 50. It feels
But
like.
it doesn't,
Really?
doesn't
Yeah.
feel like 50 though.
It doesn't feel like 50.
Do you know how many
Yeah.
episode 50 is? That is a lot.
Like, a lot of shows don't get 50 episodes.
Nah.
I know that's
You're
different because it shows.
No,
but
you're
like,
right.
Still,
You're right.
Netflix. You think Netflix is going to order 50 shows from someone?
Nope.
Have they even run up that many? Actually, they probably
We've
House
done,
of
we've done more
Cards
episodes than
before.
Breaking Bad, I think.
No, we haven't.
You might be bugging over there, sir.
How many episodes in Breaking Bad?
Like, they said there's like 20 per season,
it's-
and then the
it's a
last
lot.
season has like less than 10 or around 10.
It's almost 100
Yeah.
episodes altogether.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll get there, don't worry.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's cool. Moving like the CW, you know, with their long season runs.
I'm so
before
done.
it went left.
Yeah, what they cancelled Batgirl.
They should have.
Why?
It looked anything that comes
She
out.
looked good.
Sorry, any DC show that comes out on the CW.
It was. I don't think it was meant to come on CW. Was it? Was it?
No, like CW, like is the home of DC
DC.
TV shows. Like they do Arrow, they do
Arrow was good though.
until
The
a
Green
certain
Arrow.
point.
It's a Green Arrow.
Yeah, Green Arrow.
Yeah.
Like until a certain point, and then I left it at a certain point. The same with Flash. I loved Flash, and then how many seasons will you be doing? I'm not fast enough.
Oh come on, man.
Well,
Like,
but
you have to let
It's
that run.
okay. Or you're against another speedster. Like, give me variety, please.
What would you want him to do?
I don't
Try
know,
to
battle
not
something
run
else
anymore?
apart aside from another fast person. It's boring. And then everybody in your team ended up getting superpowers.
Oh
Yeah.
Damn.
His babes ended up being a speedster as well. So like,
Oh, okay. I didn't know it.
Yeah.
This.
I only saw it. 'cause I
Spoiler
saw it on
alert.
oh no, you guys are fine. You're
Okay.
probably not watching it anyway.
Yeah, you're right.
But how is everybody? How's How are you, Jude? How are you, Burns? How's life? What's been cracking along this? You know, are we reflective because it's episode 50? You know, are you thinking about life? Where you were on the 21st of February 2021?
Where were you?
Where was I?
On the 25th of
Yeah,
June.
where was everybody?
We're at home.
25th of June? Wait,
21st of Feb, actually.
21st.
21st?
No, 20th of February was the
Yeah.
first episode.
Yeah.
2021. Where was we?
Yeah, where were you guys?
At home, no?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah. Wow, I really remember it.
I think it was COVID time.
Yeah,
I think
yeah, I think it was.
I think everybody
I remember
was.
being in bed thinking, oh, yeah, we got to post this, we got to post
Yeah.
that.
But no, I think to be very honest, I mean, yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy that we've gotten this far, especially because we all work very differently. But I think we've been able to kind of find that rhythm of like being able to put things aside and be like, look, it's a common cause,
Right.
Because it's very easy for like people to have like ego and get involved and blah blah,
Yeah.
and then things just go awry. So I feel like I can't lie. Like in the beginning, I was like, yeah, this is gonna probably last like maybe like
Yeah,
15
yeah.
episodes and we're wrapping it
Wow.
up. But the fact that we've gone to 50,
Nah, the momentum is actually continuing.
yeah, the
Yeah.
fact that we've gone to 50 and we still, and I think this is the most important thing for me is like we still care to do it, and it's not like we don't feel like, oh, like because we're not getting the accolades and this, that,
Right,
that,
right.
that,
Yeah.
therefore we should quit. I
Stop
think
now.
it's very clear, and maybe I'm just being biased, but it's very clear that we genuinely care about what we're talking about. We're not just doing it because we want to kind of just jump on a
Right.
bandwagon or
No.
something, you know. So yeah, I'm happy.
That's good.
I'm happy with where we are.
Yeah.
What about you, Burns?
Yeah. I think even just doing sort of content with Newcomer the other day.
Yeah,
I
shout out to
think-
Newcomer.
Yeah, man. Like, I
Sign
think-
up.
Yeah,
Yes,
sign up to that.
now.
Newcomer.com.
Newcomer.com.
But I think even like the fact that around our 50th episode, we've essentially done a partnership with a
Yeah.
I think that says a lot. So
I
it kind of
agree.
looks like, okay, what would the next 50 episodes look like?
Mm.
And I think also I think what we're doing is not, well, people say it's not been done before. I don't think it has on the UK level.
Even in the US, I'm trying to think of something that is
Maybe
this.
There could be.
Yeah,
We
I
haven't
don't really
discovered
think,
it.
I can't think of,
Yeah.
because I've looked.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. This is the thing. I think even why we started this was because we looked and we couldn't really
Yeah.
find anything.
Yeah.
Or it'll probably be like designers featuring as a guest on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but not
A
a
pod.
designers focused,
Yeah.
where a designer's actually talking on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So I think, that, and also I think one thing that has surprised me with the pod is like actually our own individual growth.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean, from the first episode, I was basically leaving my job.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
To-
Whoa.
become a designer.
Yeah.
And now I'm a designer
That's crazy.
full time. Like, it's crazy.
That's
Yeah, wait.
crazy.
Because you were leaving to go and then eventually found your job,
Mhm.
your
Yeah,
current
and you were
job.
trying to
and then-
get your.
I
You
was
was-
freelancing,
Yeah.
worked, and back to freelancing. Wait, were you working at?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was.
Whoa,
yeah,
no, that's insane.
So
Yeah, I
you've
was.
gone through a lot of career
Mad.
changes
Yeah.
in that.
Wow.
I'm trying to think. This was before. Yeah, this was before I went freelance.
Mm.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah. Time
It's
has
been-
actually
it's
it's been a long
it's
time.
been a minute,
I'm
so-
just because it feels. You're right. Now I think about it that way. It makes it sound like it was just yesterday,
Yeah.
but it actually has been a lot
It's
that's
been
happened.
a
you know?
long time.
Yeah, Michael had a child. Like there's been so much happening. Wait, what? Oh, what was I not meant to tell everybody? Sorry, guys.
Surprise.
Shout out to the twins.
Amen. The twins will be great.
Oh. But yeah, Michael, how you feeling?
Yeah, good. Like similar to both of you, I think it's amazing to see, or like when you think about it, we've come a long way in the space of a year and like what, a couple months, a year and a half.
A year and a half.
Yeah, more or less a year and a half,
Yeah.
if not more. No, it's actually less if I'm doing my maths correctly. But anyways, it's been a decent amount of time.
Definitely a year and a half, by the way. February to
Second
like,
month.
Yes,
Oh yeah,
year and a half,
you're right. Ninth month.
Yeah.
Yeah. Happy September, everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I think it's been cool when you look back and think about where we were and the things that we wanted to do then,
Yeah.
and like how we're working on some of those things now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and how we've all grown within our creative practices with the work that we've made.
Mhm.
I think like seeing you, for example, Jude, like do like what you've done and like there's been a really cool style that you've been exploring
Yeah.
that I
Yeah.
guess I would say we didn't see around the time that we started.
Oh,
Or
yeah,
we saw
nah.
something completely different.
No,
Mhm.
I had it
Yeah.
in like I think I even came to the realization on the podcast, one of the episodes where I was like, I feel like it'd be interesting for us to kind of like people who develop their own styles tend to have a more like more choice. I guess. I remember like having that conversation. Yeah, for sure.
And like even with Burns, I think I remember you mentioning how like you felt like you were in a bit of like a weird rut. At times, or like balancing. You had because there were a lot of commitments that you had, and you were making a lot of stuff for those commitments. But in regards to like your own personal stuff, like figuring out to like put time aside, or when you used to like sketch during like the podcast, like recording like and stuff like that as well. So it's cool to see like
right now as you speak.
Yeah, it's cool to see like you do like your thing. So I think even like myself like freelancing and seeing like full like working experience and stuff in industry, and then deciding to freelance again. I think there's certain
it's true,
ways that
it's like it's almost like a realization loop, if that makes sense.
Exactly. I think there was so much that I know for myself I didn't know before, and now I'm like, wow, okay, I've learned so much, not only about like myself, but like more about how the industry works, or like maybe being like affirmed in certain ways about like my skills as a designer, like feeling like, okay, cool, I can confidently say I'm a graphic designer. Not that I struggled with that before, but I think maybe because I didn't, like we've spoken about in the pod before, like maybe not having that educational background in it made me feel like, you know, there was a chip on my shoulder that I needed to like always prove myself. But now I'm just like, okay, no, like I'm good.
Full-fledged designers now, man. No
you know,
anything different.
And then I guess like also having conversations with people about the podcast or what they've taken from it too has been really nice as well. So because I think sometimes we forget when you put things out, like
people are like
on the other side of that, but also people like what you say would mean something else to somebody in like in their own situation and stuff. And like there's things that we've probably forgotten about that people have like held on to and been like, oh, okay, like I really need that piece of advice and stuff. So yeah, it's been pretty amazing. I think reminds me that like when you like put something out there, it can change or make impact in, you know, various like degrees of like impact. Doesn't mean has to be like, oh, world changing or anything, but like that has the power to change something in someone's world. So it's pretty big.
Shout out to the audience as well.
For real.
Man. It would be awkward if we put it out.
Exactly.
So it's been great to kind of have those and kind of like interactions. I think even early on when we started, like maybe like 3-4 episodes in, people were like quite receptive in terms of like being able to not only kind of take it up like, oh, this is the greatest designers in the world giving me advice, but also kind of like a peer-to-peer where people can kind of like relate and be like, you know what, I'm going through that as well. How do you navigate that?
Exactly.
You know, even till now, someone will message me and be like, oh, do you guys have an episode about this?
Right.
Could you point me that way so that I can go and listen to it? Because they might want something just to kind of, sometimes everyone needs that kind of like boost of like, so they know that they're not alone. It's not all in their head. So it's always nice to kind of, like, it always shocks me when like we meet someone like, oh, you the rule of thirds. I'm like, damn, what happened to my name? I'm kidding.
No. Like I think sometimes people are like, oh, like Howard Burns and Jude, or like I'm talking to certain people that like know Burns, for example, and they'll be like, oh, like I really love the pod, and I'm just like, wow, that's kind of wild.
It always catches me off guard. Always catches me off guard.
Always,
you know,
because I feel like the nature of designers, we're not designers are never really people of we're people of influence, but not in a. I don't like using this word, but like a celebrity kind of quote.
What are you trying to say? A celebrity?
No, we're not really like front facing. We're not at the front.
No. But as I think we're always behind the scenes. So when people are now actually saying, "Oh, you do this,"
right?
It's like, "Oh, rah." It's like it catches me off guard because I'm just like,
facts.
I wasn't really expecting that, you know. But no, it's encouraging to see that, you know, people can relate and stuff. But I was even thinking that on during this pod, you've explored a lot of different formats. So for myself, I think I directed my first videos during this pod. Do you know what I mean? So I was like, rah, that's something different. I feel like there's still more for me to do though, to be honest. I feel like it's funny, that rat thing, I feel like I'm always in and out of it.
You say I thought you said rat. I was like, what? Well, the rats, Yeah,
but I always feel like I'm in and out of it. But I know why I'm in and out of it now.
Okay.
And I'm coming out of it.
Okay.
You're trying to like, what, you're trying to tell us?
Well, it's private at the moment.
Okay.
Right.
But I think a lot
it's
of
like
it,
life stuff.
Yeah, life. I think life makes me feel like that. And also my environments, as you've always spoken about.
I hear that. Yeah.
So I feel like once that changes a bit, I feel like I'll be a different person.
Yeah.
It's weird how much like your situation, your environments can affect you.
Yeah, yeah.
Now,
I
if
agree.
it mentally as well, like, I feel like when I'm in the place of like peace and calm, I can create good
Right.
stuff. But when I find myself always in the place of like feeling down or low or going through stuff to create, there's no really energy to do that.
Right,
You know what I mean?
I agree.
So I feel like it's more so taking care of myself to create in the best way possible. But not that it's the end goal. Like the big end goal is to create, but like
It has to be out of like in a place where you are.
yeah.
You're genuinely.
Cause
Like,
I like to create
safe.
for fun. Like literally, before I even became a full-fledged designer, like I just used to create just for therapy.
Yeah.
Just purposes. You know what I mean? Like just to clear my mind. So
yeah.
yeah.
You know, when you were talking about, I wouldn't say even like, well, yeah, basically designers being like in the background sometimes. Yeah. How considering now we've hit 50, how do you man take in praise? Like how? Because I realize a lot of like me personally, I hate sometimes like hearing like someone say, "Oh yeah, you did this. I remember did this." Oh stuff. But like yeah, I always find it very strange, and I know like in this, especially in like black cultures, we're encouraged to kind of big ourselves up, especially because of the situation that we might be coming from, and we always have a reason to be proud, because we've had to overcome one adversity or the other. So how do you both kind of deal with taking that in? Like if someone comes to you and be like, "Wow, congratulations, 50 episode, wow, yeah," just go like thanks and walk off.
No, I mean, I think it's important to, because similar to like you, like I don't like, oh God, I don't like attention like that, which is funny because I feel like I do things which will bring attention.
Yes.
But it's more like because I'm probably thinking more about my friends rather than not really, or I forget, okay, there's really like
you're comfortable and then you forget that.
Yeah,
it's going to the
there's
world.
really other people like around and stuff. So like even with the pod, like I think because it's with you guys, I'm like, oh yeah, it's great. And obviously I am mindful that there's other people, but I guess there's intention also with this because it is for other people too.
Yeah.
But I think it's also remembering that it's not necessarily about me all the time. So like, I think I always try and shift it back to the work, or just really think about it from the perspective of, okay, this thing that I've made, obviously it's for myself, but it's also for other people to engage with in some way. So that in itself is quite important. The fact that person has like acknowledged it and it's, you know, either done something for them or they've really enjoyed it or whatever. Yeah. I think that's the thing to like highlight and maybe like looking into how it's helped them and almost trying to at times point the focus back on that and them as a person as well, rather than like, I guess, focusing more about ourselves. Because it helps, you know, to just, you know, shift it sometimes, but then also take it one step further, because it's almost like when you're having a conversation with someone and they're asking you stuff about yourself, but like you're not going back to actually ask that person about them. It should be more of a two-way thing. Yeah, so I think it's always important to like do that, and that's probably helped at times. Or I'll just be like, oh, it's like really, I think I always tell people like, they're like, oh my God, the pod, and I'm always like, it's just great and easy to do it with both of you, because
so you push it off yourself.
But like also but also the truth is like, the reason why I feel like this podcast works well is because there are three of us, and we like outside the pod, like we're cool. I really just spat everywhere. Outside the podcast,
you got mad excited. We're so cool.
Foaming at the mouth, mad. Crazy. So outside the podcast, like we're cool, like we talk and stuff, and like we genuinely like care about each other. It's not like just every time we call on the pod, it's like a life update and that kind of thing. So I think because of that, that's why it works. So I always like tell people like, like, you know, that's why it's great, and also like the workload is split. Yeah. So, if like, I think we've all said this even before we started. Like, if it was just us, like, doing the pod, there's no way. I know for me, it's not seeing 50 until like 5 years, because
one episode a year.
Yeah, for real. Like, you know.
Hey guys, sorry.
Life update. Yeah, basically.
Life update.
Yeah.
Oh God.
No, I hear that. I hear that. What about you, Burns?
In what sense?
In terms of like, how do you take it in? Or do you take it in when that praise is coming? No. It doesn't have to be necessarily the podcast, but just in general.
No, it's encouraging, but I think that's my problem. I don't really acknowledge So like even yesterday, I just felt mad tired and burnt out. For the first time in like forever. I was like, bro, why am I? And I was like, oh, actually, because I do so much stuff.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think because I'm so active, when people are even, I'm like, oh, thanks.
It's like, bro,
It's
I need sleep. I need sleep.
It's almost like some fuel. Like, oh, actually, okay, cool. Right?
It's worth it.
It's worth it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't realize how much I'm doing.
Right.
Wow.
I actually don't. I don't.
I was gonna even ask both of you because I was thinking about this week actually.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys realize that the workload or like the stuff that you do on a day-to-day basis is not the norm?
No. I feel like I feel like I'm even doing enough.
I think you remember. I think you said this last week about what your normal isn't someone's normal. So when you think you're doing less, someone's like, "Whoa, you're doing too much." But I wish I had that. I think that's the thing. Sometimes I'm too smart for my own good, where I think, oh yeah, like this is like, oh blah blah. But sometimes you kind of lose that self-awareness of like you're doing more than enough. But then I guess that's also subjective, isn't it? It's like what's enough.
That's true.
Yeah.
Like, you know, because if you're the one who's setting out the goal, then you're the person who determines what enough is.
Right.
So if that's the case, then it's like, if it's not enough for me, then it's not enough for anybody. It shouldn't be. If you decide it's enough for you, that's fine. But that doesn't fall into my definition of enough. But I definitely have to acknowledge that, like, as designers, we do more than the average person does. Yeah. And we're kind of forced to kind of, you know, the funny thing, you go on LinkedIn and you look at a job description and they're always like, willing to work in a fast-paced environment or willing to work under pressure. Do you get what I'm saying? But it's like, we're conditioned to think that those things are normal for the role that we're going into. Yeah. So it's like sometimes someone will be like, "Oh, when can you get this by?" I'll be like, "Oh yeah, give me 10 minutes." And I'll be like, "Whoa, 10 minutes?"
We put it on ourselves.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like in reality, you could do it in 10 minutes.
Can't do it in 10
Someone else might take like 2-3 days, but it's like because you've conditioned yourself to know that you can get this. Someone will be like, "Can you cut this video in 9:16?"
That's funny.
Crazy.
That would take it like 5-10 minutes.
That's not even 5-10 minutes.
less.
That's
You know what I'm
less.
saying?
Yeah.
So it's like to then export it and send it off. They'll be like, "Wow, you work so fast," and then press. And sometimes you even start to doubt yourself because you're like, "Hold on, am I finessing? Because how come these lot are so impressed with something so simple?" But
it's years of that experience that we can do.
Yeah. Of course. I think that's what it always goes back to. But in terms of us doing like a lot, I can't lie, we do a lot, especially because I think all of us have different hats that we put on.
Yeah,
and it's mad because like sometimes I'll be literally chilling, and you don't know the episode's coming out tomorrow. You don't know when you don't know when I've recorded it.
Yeah,
but it's coming out.
Yeah.
Whether I think that's the funny thing about this. I think it's built a discipline in the sense of like, I know waking up in the morning, I've started my day doing this.
Yeah,
but it's gonna come out on Wednesday.
Yep. No matter what the case.
No matter what. So I could be chatting. I could be abroad.
Yeah.
I'm going abroad.
Yeah.
But I could be abroad. But I know something's coming out on Wednesday.
Yep.
It's mad. It has to come out.
Yeah. Reminds me of the what you call it, the shorts.
Oh,
when we did the shorts.
Oh yeah.
Because never mind.
We won't go to that. But the shorts was even fun as well, you know.
No, it was, but like that was born out of a necessity to put something out.
Yeah.
Because we didn't want to kind of like
leave people.
Yeah.
Hanging and stuff.
Yeah.
It's fun too.
That was stressful though.
That was very stressful.
My God.
If you actually need a backstory behind that.
What the shorts?
How it came about.
Yeah. I mean, what, are we trying to say it?
Nah, that's not.
When we get to 100,
I'm done.
we reveal.
Yeah, when we get
secrets
to 100,
of the Rule of Thirds.
Yeah. But yeah, what's next then? What are we saying?
Ooh.
What's next for us?
That's kind of a crazy question. I mean, if you put it into my mouth, I can say some mad stuff.
No, say it. I mean, if you
go
declare
ahead.
it now, and then people can hold us accountable. I
Safe
suppose.
space, gang.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
go
I want to fly a private jet all the way to the Maldives to record an episode.
You want to contribute to the environment like that, yeah?
Well, I think.
Well, Taylor Swift.
I think. I mean, we discussed it privately, but like actually bringing in people to discuss how they've created stuff. And there's a lot of interesting stuff like films, movies, designs, art direction, creative direction. Just to give it in depth perspective into things. I think we will become I think we are very, very informative from our own perspective.
Right.
But I feel like there's a lot of things that we can learn and share with people.
Agreed.
that can help them with where they are as well. I think naturally will become. I think there'll be aspects to us that becomes very storytelling and very like cinematic. But do you know what I mean? I think now there's been a lot of conversation, but I feel like next few years we'll be looking like very cinematic and very like, wow, what's this kind of thing. And then also workshops as well, or like exhibitions and stuff. You guys, I don't think we're fans of live shows personally. So you won't be getting a live show, but you'll see us though.
Yeah. You're gonna see. Yeah, I think seeing us it's inevitable. But I think what's beautiful, is the fact that as a podcast, being that we're quite outside of the normal stream of podcasts, but also I think we make it very clear that we're not above anybody and we're not trying to put ourselves in a celebrity position.
Nah.
So even when it comes to live show, the idea of standing on stage and then presenting
some public,
you know what I'm saying?
Kind of,
I'd rather be
with the people.
But you know, where it's like we're all kind of like in some
Engaging
sense,
with
very
the
equal.
The funny thing is like the people that we will be chilling with are people that can contribute the same.
Agreed. Yeah.
Or even
Exactly.
Even more. Yeah,
more. Do you know what I
agreed.
mean? So it's like,
Agreed.
who am I to kind of be on stage?
Yeah.
And you guys are watching me speak about stuff. Is this a bit
Shuck and jive on stage?
I feel like a puppet.
Oh, for real.
funny.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
And no offense to any other like live shows like that.
All the face now. What? Huh?
But it's like I think the nature of our podcast is not. It is entertaining, but it's also of value.
Yeah, I agree.
So we're not really puppets. We're not entertainers like that.
Yeah.
We're designers.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a bit awkward. I mean, we can do interviews and stuff on stage, but I don't like recording a live. It's not really.
Unless Michael wants to do
No,
it.
I mean, I was gonna say because before I was like, nah, but I guess nowadays I'm a lot more like open because I guess never say never.
Yeah,
I think it depends on like what the audience would want to. Like, if you guys would really want one, then we'll do it.
Yeah,
I'm saying we'll do it like I speak for the group.
Hey, you do. You're the leader of this group.
No, I'm
It'll
not.
be 2/3.
I said, I'm out.
I'll be in the audience.
So watch when people say if Burns isn't, I'm not coming.
Yeah, that would be very awkward.
I'll come.
We can get someone who looks like Burns. We just go Ghana. Pick out some guy. It's like,
It's a replica. Let's get a replica of
I'm
Burns.
done.
no, but I think what would be cool. I think even talking through our own work. I remember when I was at university, I used to love going to talks.
Yeah.
Where you'd sit in like a classroom. I say classroom, but like what would you call them?
Lecture theatre.
halls. Yeah, lecture theatres, and then have someone. And sometimes it could even be our peers. We just be like, okay, today you talk through your work to the whole class, and then tell us what you're thinking. And I think it gives you a sense of responsibility. That's one, but also a sense of maturity, and also it allows you to kind of flesh out the beginning point of your work and the process of your work. And I think a lot of creatives don't really do that.
Right.
In a very, like, you can do that on the social media and just post it, but sometimes you don't really like we're saying here, we do so much work sometimes. You don't really realize where your influences may be coming from, why you decide to do this, or why you gravitate towards this or that. And I think that would be something that would be lovely to see, where it doesn't even have to be us, but even us having that conversation of like maybe sitting somewhere and talking to even 10 people, 5 people, whatever number of people, and talking through our work. And because I think the bouncing of ideas, but also bouncing of like opinions and thoughts is always very helpful to one's growth in the sense that you might love your work and understand, but someone might point something out and be like, have you thought about this, or have you seen this? Because I realized that maybe you haven't seen it, but you're influenced by someone or something else that was influenced by a prior reference point. And I think that would be kind of like a lovely space, because then we all get to learn. And like Burns was saying, sometimes if you're in a room with people who are much like mature, they've been in industry, or maybe they don't have industry experience, but they have a very unique point of view, being able to kind of make it a very even ground where we can all have conversations always allows them to kind of feel valued, one, but also gives them the confidence to express something that is most likely, or for most times very like influential, or it could even help our own work. I think that's always something that I would kind of like want to see, you know?
Yeah. I think even like guess forums and discussions really.
Yeah.
I feel like almost like a town hall kind of vibe, but it's essentially maybe like conversations and topics we might bring up, and then people can come and discuss.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because I think I went to exhibition at Tate I think I mentioned it. I may have mentioned it. I'm not sure. It's called Surrealism.
Okay, yeah.
Beyond the
I think
Borders.
you mentioned, yeah.
And there was, I think, during the war times, there was one like art society in Germany, ironically, but like, these men weren't on the, their
Yeah.
but they basically formed like a society or like a club where they made their own magazines. Funny enough.
What a segue.
They made their own magazines where they basically, like, it was like artists, potters, designers, and they basically kind of documented it. And I think because it was like content that was against what the government at the time would promote it,
Yeah.
they had to make it by themselves, like by hand.
Oh, wow.
Do you know what I mean? So it was like, I was like, raw, like this is actually like proper cool, you know? And I feel like, yeah, like creating more societies and more opportunities for us to actually come together and create together,
Yeah.
I think is the next step for us. I think we've always been, when Nwaka was even that to us, you guys should work together. We do work together on the pod.
We do.
But we don't have actual projects together.
Yeah.
But I think it's also figuring out what is it, because I don't want us to do a collaboration project just for the sake of it.
Yeah, of course.
Like, what is it doing?
It has to be meaningful.
What is the purpose of it?
I agree.
Do you know what I mean? So eventually, I think we'll come to that realization of what we need to do and stuff. But yeah, I think creating that forum, that discussion place for us to create would be important.
Yeah, I agree.
Burns, you've kind of, segued into it already. With us, like, collaborating on stuff together, we are actually working on something at the moment.
Wow.
Oh, my God, wow.
We actually are.
What, another round?
Let's make it 3, sorry.
Applause.
Yeah.
A round of applause. Applause. So that Beyonce's Tiffany advert is doing rounds in my head.
Really holding your neck.
It really is.
I haven't watched it. Anyway.
No, it's literally like 15 seconds of just, you're thinking, oh my God, a music video, and you see Tiffany and Co at the end, you're like, okay.
Yikes.
Money has to be made.
She signed one contract, boy.
It's a lot of money though, so I hear it.
Yeah, the exhibition was actually really interesting, but that's another segue for another day. But yeah, so we're actually working on something together, collaborating on a zine. Wow! Oh my God!
I can never expect
a tangible something for you to hold and to, like, turn through the pages and see some pretty great work.
This one's an exclusive, I'll promise you this. We probably won't release stuff as often. So anytime we release something, please support, purchase the thing. Because trust me, it's going to be quality
for real
stuff. So like this year, I can't lie, guys, you need to grab this one.
Grab your copy.
We don't release this stuff often.
No.
Yeah.
It is. This is our first collaboration.
Yeah.
So.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it is.
First collaboration.
Yeah.
And it makes sense because it's like 50 to commemorate everything. I think it's a good time to kind of have this out. So yeah, hopefully, by the time this episode is out, there probably should be some announcement.
Some announcement, there should be.
And if there's not, just tell them.
Nah, it will be out.
No, it'll be out. But you should have all our notifications on.
Yeah.
On Instagram, just touch that bell. Get me?
It's not like a YouTuber.
I'm seeing that animation of the everybody.
Yeah, man. So you know what, go on.
Yeah. But it's exciting.
Yeah, no, it is. I think with it being 50 and now with this scene that's dropping, are there any other things that you guys would probably want us to explore with either through the pod or I know we've spoken about like salons and I call it salon, sorry.
Yeah, I'm
salon.
It's a proper fancy name for like gatherings where people like meet, talk.
Oh, are you
fancy,
huh?
This is what happens when you chill with the middle class.
Oh,
I got it from somebody I used to like volunteer with, and they used the term, and I remember thinking, "What the hell is this?" And I think I got it from Gossip Girl because they used to do salons as well, even though they were like 16. Hey. But anyways,
what a life.
good series. Lifestyle, nah. But yeah, like, are there any things that you guys would want to explore, like through the pod? Like we did shorts, we obviously, are doing the zine, but anything else?
Yeah, what are you gonna say? Video. You're gonna say video. You're gonna say video.
You said.
No, I think now. So obviously we've explored the the audio side, and I think now we're going to the physical side. It will be interesting to kind of push into I think just play around with more visuals because obviously we are like primarily an audio platform. So with the fact that we're already releasing a lot of stuff on social media quite recently as well, I think it'll be interesting to see how we branch that out into other spaces, but without obviously it feeling like forced.
Yeah.
I think again, whatever we do, I feel like it has to be something that adds as opposed to just kind of like goes in and just like gets lost in the ether. So it'll be interesting to see if like video especially.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how that can be like Burns was saying about it being more cinematic, even if the audio experience is more cinematic.
Yeah.
But like also if we can push that into like the video and
Maybe that's a season 3 thing.
it might have to be,
Because we have spoken about even types of episodes that we would like to do. And series of stuff that
there's
we'd like to do. So
there's a lot of stuff we haven't even tapped yet.
Yeah.
It's actually very, we've kind of done like the bare minimum, you know.
I can't even lie, guys. Like, trust me, there's
because there's a lot we have to
a lot we can do, bro.
easily like we can decide tomorrow, look, we're gonna take this route and we can do it. But I think it's good that we have like a very solid foundation of you know what we can do, just talking, and then from there, but and then from there, I think pushing into the point of like okay, now we can be more experimental because I think our audience are slowly accepting the weird part of us. And I think it makes us comfortable to then try things. And I think the more feedback as well as like conversations, because we have conversations with a lot of people from listeners of the pod, and it's like it's just nice to know that we're not like, oh yeah, those weirdos over there doing some weird podcast stuff. It's always feel like kindred souls, I guess. So that's nice. But what about you, Bones?
So in terms of what stuff that we can explore, I think I've had along the lines of like the cinematic. There's some podcasts I listen to where it's like kind of put it, it's like a case study.
Yeah.
Somewhere there was something called it's probably not called that, Business Wars, something like that.
Okay.
I think I've heard of it.
But basically, they basically speak about like, so one episode I always remember is Netflix versus Blockbuster.
Okay.
But basically like a really in-depth case study. It almost sounds like, those like
Vox do some like similar kind of things as well.
Audio books where it's like they're telling you like a really deep story about what's happened.
Yeah.
I feel like there's so much that's happened in design, in art and in culture that we haven't really unpacked. So it actually can give you guys a in-depth perspective, or from our perspective, what happened in that situation, and how that affected. Because there's loads of things that have affected art, design, and culture. And even this year, things have affected it.
Yeah.
So it's like, I think it'll be really cool to like do a proper in almost like a report. Like when you investigate something, like investigative sort of like episode where we really just like unpack a situation that's happened.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That would be dope. That'd be really cool.
And I think the audio experience of that would be crazy because it's like it almost feel like you're in it.
Yeah.
So like, for example, say it happened in the streets of New York or something, or streets of London, you might hear the sirens go by or people walking.
Sound like South London.
That's not. So I'm about to say that's not everybody's London.
Yeah, shoot.
It's
or
mine.
like, I don't know, just like Big Ben or whatever. Just
That's definitely not everybody's
I just
London.
imagine Big Ben and I saw the picture of that
album cover. That's another thing that I would love us to.
I feel
I'm ready
like,
for us to be real about critiques.
Yeah, and also
going forward.
That's good.
I agree.
Not that we haven't been real, but I think we've been like very like.
no, we're very
polite.
Yeah, we've been
we're
polite.
we're graceful.
I agree.
But another thing that I think we can I feel like we should get an artist, and just change their life.
Not change their life.
They talk about like rebranding.
Yeah, rebranding and also
Someone
like,
we know or someone we don't know. Just like choosing like
Either or.
what we would do.
Yeah.
For let's say so on and so forth.
It reminds me of like like home makeovers or like homes under the hammer.
My guy said we're doing queer eye, but for artists.
You know,
I feel like
what 3 guys just coming
so
jazz
how can
up your life.
Yeah, 'cause I feel like if people really knew the impact of great art and like direction, it could change. It could change what they're doing.
I agree.
So I mean,
I agree.
It would be funny if we had like a series. And I'm
Well,
bringing
we
these
just-
ideas. I may look back at this in the future.
No.
But
It
like-
makes sense.
Like literally, we have like a video series.
Yeah.
Where it's like we literally go out and then we have a discussion and we basically you see how we've basically helped to rebrand this person's thing. With a fee, of course. But
Fee, of course. Yeah.
with exposure payout bills.
Yeah.
No.
You know? But no, legit, I feel like there's an opportunity there for something.
I agree.
Same.
Yeah.
I'll say it after the pod.
Yeah, I was gonna say because we're kind of like we've already given bare
A
ideas.
lot.
Yeah. These
But
some,
obviously-
there's some criminals in the mix.
Who's gonna carry it out with our level of sauce?
Yeah,
Nobody.
That's
Exactly.
not gonna happen, to be fair. But yeah.
Impossible.
So yeah, there you go. It's a free one. You can take it.
No, that reminds me of like Evil Eye, because I don't believe in Evil Eye personally.
Say a prayer for
Because I'm just like,
Oh yeah, Bella. No, I don't think
Bella.
Evil Eye is not real, but it's also
I
people
get
are
what
bad
people
mind.
mean. Yeah,
Let's be real.
yeah.
Like people are out here looking for like an opportunity to kind of
That's
get one
true.
up on everyone.
But it won't
so.
be. It won't be me that you'll do it.
Yeah, it's your mother and the father that you do it. Yeah, 'cause-
What's that song by is it Ebony? What's that song?
Oh, even break my heart to go date your father.
Wow,
Yeah.
my friend played me this song. Actually.
Oh yeah, it's so
I
wild.
said, this is wild.
Like that song's crazy.
There's a different
and the
level
thing
of
is,
like.
uncles and aunties are dancing to
Yeah,
it.
they love
And
it.
they love it.
Yeah, they really love it. I can't lie to you.
Because of jealousy,
How
gonna live my
Right.
life. Me gonna live my life.
we wrapping this?
But yeah, man. Yeah, I guess these are our plans. I
Yeah.
guess more time. I think I'm excited because I know that there's a lot we haven't explored. So,
Agreed.
Mm.
Agreed.
yeah, there's a lot, and also like again, I love how people interact with us in our DMs and just comments. Please do more
Yeah, don't be shy.
because
Don't be shy.
I mean
Just say hi.
that's literally
Yeah, say
that's
hi.
literally the intro. So please don't be shy to say hi.
Mm.
But yeah. Also, let us know what you guys are looking forward to, what ideas you may have as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, all is.
Yeah.
You know.
So,
Very,
yeah,
very
man.
down.
Yeah.
But love for supporting us and listening to the pod for the past 50 episodes.
Thank you. Thank
And
you.
we pray that this will continue for another 50 and more.
Here's to another 50, baby.
Amen.
500.
Let's go. Thanks, guys, for tuning in to today's episode of Rule of Thirds. Feel free to share your thoughts with us using the hashtag Rule of Thirds Pod. And for more from us, follow us on Instagram at Rule of Thirds Pod, or our personal accounts for myself, Burns JNR.
Mike at _ man like Mike.
And Jude at Kente Kwame.
Catch you guys in the next one.